No, that's weird. I hope they fix that.
I'm sure they will.
Speaking of phones, though, this was something I found kind of interesting. There was a USB-C iPhone in the wild. And all of the headlines, I mean, they had a field day with this. It's like, there is finally a USB-C iPhone. But really what it was is one enthusiast got really, really into the weeds. He's been working on this project for a long time. He has an iPhone 10. And he's gone through GitHub, and he's been building code and sourcing parts and putting together this, reconstructing this iPhone 10 with a USB-C port. And he's gotten one to work. And by work, I think he just means charge.
Yeah, so it is a USB-C iPhone with a bunch of asterisks on it. Like you said, it's a 10. Like you said, it's probably only charging. There's also like some other things where if you buy it for the low price of current bid of $90,000.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say.
Yeah.
So he did finish the project, and he built one, and now there is one fully working, and he's listed it on eBay. So you can actually buy it, or at least bid on buying it. And there's a whole bunch of disclaimers like, hey, all right, if you do buy this isn't like a fully functional, like this isn't your daily driver iPhone. This isn't.
It says you are not allowed to use this as your daily driver.
Yeah, if you do, you definitely won't have a good time. It's obviously not completely fully functional, but it is at least physically complete. It's like feature complete. It's like when Elon says something's feature complete. Like, yeah, it's done. So it is on eBay. It's been there for a couple days. I think he had like an 8 or 9 day listing. And in the first day, it went up pretty quick. It started at like $1 because you can start it at whatever price you want. The iPhone 10 is already a pretty good value holding phone. You could probably sell it for $1,000. And I just sort of casually said at the studio, like, we should try to get this. Like, this would be cool to have.
It would be a fun video.
And to tear apart and to explore, and maybe
it
even
says you're not allowed
talk
to do that.
Oh, sorry. Won't tear it apart, but would talk to the guy who made it.
Yeah.
And it pretty quickly shot up to like $2,000. And then it was $5,000. And then it was at like $8,000 in a single day. And I was like, all right, well, if it gets past $10,000, maybe we won't like jump right in. The next day it was at, I believe, $99 million.
It hit like a insane, it was like, went to a couple tens, and then it went to like 70, and then it was just like a million all of a sudden.
Yeah. And so I think if you look at the bid history on eBay, there's some shenanigans going on.
There's a lot, yeah.
A lot of those bids have been retracted or removed, whether they're fraudulent or whatever. But it does sit right now at, I think, right under $90,000.
Right under 90, yeah, with about 22 hours left as of recording this right now.
Okay. So that whoever, obviously Kenny from Switzerland, he's going to have a good time selling that, shipping it to somebody. One lucky person is going to have the only USB-C iPhone in the world, and will probably have a good time milking that for all it's worth.
Yep.
Great. But my snarky comment on Twitter was, oh, Apple, all you have to do to make way more money was just put a USB-C port in the iPhone, and people will pay a lot of money for it. No, this is supply and demand, obviously.
Yeah.
But there it is. He did it.
I'm still convinced Apple's the ones buying it, so no one ever gets to experience it.
You think like Tim Cook is bidding on eBay somewhere?
That's my like conspiracy theory. Apple doesn't want anyone to ever get to actually experience the USB-C iPhone, so let's make sure it never goes anywhere.
I bet there's, how when sometimes you see like you'll see like a final design from a company, and then sometimes they'll show you like, here's some of the prototypes we went through. Here's some of the other versions. I bet there's a working USB-C iPhone somewhere in Apple campus.
Yeah.
I don't know how well protected it is. I bet it's never going to leave a certain room.
I still think somebody needs to now hop on this and make the like S21 Ultra Lightning port. I posted that on Twitter, and some people got really upset about it. Just like, it's a joke, everyone. That obviously doesn't make sense.
We don't actually want that to happen. But yeah, I highly suggest watching the video he put on his channel. We'll put in the show notes of like how he's gone through and constructed this Frankenstein of a phone, which it's pretty interesting to watch. It's like 25, 30 minutes or something like that. But it's really good. And that's the type of fun, actual engineering that I like to see go into a hilarious headline like that. So well done. All right. Twitter Blue. Can I talk about Twitter Blue for a second?
Yeah,
I don't want to rant too hard. Like, there's some good.
You can.
There's some good things about Twitter Blue, but everyone was sending me Twitter Blue headlines when it first became widely available. I think mostly for iPhone users, but you can get Twitter Blue now. It's like $5 a month, and everyone was sending it to me like, "Hey, look, you can edit tweets. There it is, Marquez. Tweets are editable." They're not. I just want to be very clear. It's kind of like when you have the undo send button in Gmail, it's not actually sending your tweet. So what's happening with Twitter Blue is there's an undo tweet button.
Yeah.
You can construct your whole tweet, you can hit the tweet button, and then it'll sit there at the bottom, and this little countdown ring starts to fill up. And before it fills up, you can undo the tweet, edit it, and then tweet it again and send it. But when it's sitting there at the bottom of your screen, it hasn't actually tweeted yet. You're not actually editing your tweet or undoing your tweet. You never tweeted.
Putting it in like a queue, yeah.
Yeah. So just to be perfectly clear, that's the one feature I would not pay $5 a month for Twitter Blue. There's other cool stuff to it. But yeah, it's not the editing tweets thing that I was hoping for.
If I'm being honest, I didn't know it had the circle. I think that would increase the chance I don't find a spelling
the anxiety.
Because like the whole thing is the reason we find spelling errors in that is when you're typing a tweet, you have it in your head already, you type it out. And even if you proofread it afterwards, if you're not like very, very specifically paying attention, you know what you just wrote 10 seconds ago.
Right.
So you're just reading it as that anyways.
Yeah.
If I then saw something ticking down on it, I would just be trying to read it as fast as possible before that finishes ticking down.
You'd miss it.
Then I would just miss it again.
Yeah.
And we're in the same place. It just took 20 seconds longer to mess up.
Yeah. There is something slightly psychological. Like this will help a couple people. Like the undo send button in Gmail, I'll like type a really quick email. Like someone goes, "What's the best shipping address?" And I'll just go and just send it real quick. And then I'll look at it and I'll go, "Oh, wait, I spelled that wrong." And I'll like undo it real quick, correct the thing and send it. And so it's cool if you do get that chance where you actually do catch your own typo. But for me, and I'm guessing for a lot of other humans, you don't catch the typo until the tweet goes out and then someone replies saying you spelled this wrong or you said this thing is backwards. Then you get to edit the tweet. That's what I would be hoping for.
It would be cool, and it would obviously need a lot of AI involved, but how Gmail, when you write like attached is blah, 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 and then you forget to attach something, it knows the word attached is in your, and it says, you meant to attach something, or did you mean to? We didn't send it. Do you want to add something? If Twitter had enough AI to be like, you used the wrong version of this word, or you misspelled this, or it could somehow catch a simple mistake like that and be like, are you sure this is how you want to send it? Here is the issue. Send or go edit. That would be awesome. Yeah,
I mean, that would catch like syntax errors or like autocorrect type things.
That's what it would have to do, yeah.
But it still wouldn't catch like if you just like had like a fact check thing, or like you typed the wrong number.
True.
Like when something is 300 feet high and you type 3,000, like it won't catch that. It'll just think
I mean, you can also use the wrong word. That's still a word that's spelled correctly, and then it doesn't catch it. So
yeah. In other words, Twitter needs to build a robust AI system for catching all typos,
or just add an edit button,
or an edit button. One of them's easier.
Weird.
Yeah, just a suggestion. Thanks for watching that clip on the Waveform Clips channel. If you're watching the main full episode, you'll know that we hit 15 million subscribers on the main channel. Now it's time to hit 15 million on the Waveform Clips channel.
Yeah, y'all are way behind. Start hitting that quick.
But we're on our way, thanks to you. So if you're watching this and you haven't already subbed, hit the big red button, and we'll see you guys here.